What if three historical nations came back? Part 2. Now, in yesterday's video, we did part 1. And for today, we're doing part 2, obviously. When I show you the map, it's probably going to look a little different. Because I was trying to record earlier, and I forgot to pause it. So it'll look a little different. You know, when you're recording these things, you have to do multiple takes. So, you know, because I'm taking my time and energy to record these videos and then edit them and then write the descriptions, which I mean isn't super hard, but you know, it can take a bit of time. It would be very much appreciated if you guys would, you know, subscribe and like the videos and whatnot. So anyways, let's do the actual thing. So right off the bat, we have Germany at war with a bunch of people. They're at war with Budapest, and they're not at war with Budapest anymore. Budapest got taken out. Now they're at war with Wolf. So they're like right next to USSR. USSR, I believe, is number 1 in terms of area. But in terms of gold, number 1 goes to Brazil. And they just pieced out Dublin, which controls modern day UK and a bunch of stuff. Well, not much of Belgium anymore, as I was about to say. Dublin is a puppet of Germany. Germany is giving funds to, I think, Tuskvar from yesterday's video, so then they can get bigger. I think they want to undermine the Ottomans, because the Ottomans are pretty big. Because last video they were on the verge of collapse, but they aren't anymore. Oh, I just realized we're at 1 times speed, back to 5 times speed as usual. So the Ottomans are getting a lot bigger. Hanoi just pieced out with Kuala Lumpur. Ooh, but Bangkok is no longer in Bangkok. It's actually where Kuala Lumpur used to be, and they're at war with Hanoi, which I think is actually in Hanoi this time. They just pieced out. Russia is getting really big. They're about to take out Mongolia. Mongolia is gone. And I think South Africa just lost a bunch of land. Who are these guys? That is Bangkok. They have land all the way in Africa. There's a little war down here in Southeast Asia. Ooh, these guys just got puppeted. Hanoi is about to get really big. The Ottomans had a little revolt in Ankara, but they just took out that revolt very easily. And it appears that the Ottomans control a lot of their former territory and then some. I don't believe the Ottomans got this far, like all the way up here to like Warsaw before. I know they got to Vienna. I don't think Vienna is in this map. Now, I think to make this a little bit more interesting, I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to change it. So then what I'm going to do is change combat efficiency to random, because I played this last night after I got done with my last video, and I changed it to statistic. I'm going to change it to random, make it a little bit more interesting, and max alliance size is already set to 2. I think the problem with yesterday is that the max alliance size was set to 20, so then alliances could be just like ginormous, and you couldn't like really, you know, get people to actually fight each other. But I just changed that in settings, so it should be a little bit more interesting. So London, just about... Ooh, London doesn't even control London anymore. They're about to get wiped out by Finland. Finland is still very big. Ooh, and the Ottomans are losing a lot of territory from rebellions. There's Starkrag, Red Keep, and Uno Valley. Ooh, the Russians just got a giant rebellion right here, and they just wiped out an even bigger rebellion over here. I think Bangkok might take the Indonesian islands, but they're having a little bit of trouble. Ooh, there's just a rebellion in this city. And Brazil controls all of South America. In North America, the United States has been leveled down to basically just like New York and all that area. Because now Lush Corner controls all of North America practically, although the Russians have also expanded into Alaska. There's a lot of revolts and rebellions and puppetings and wars and stuff that are going on. especially from the Ottomans. And the Ottomans just puppeted Germany. So now Germany is no longer going to be a problem for the Russians or the Ottomans. And I think Russia is on the brink of collapse because this Green Pele, I think it's pronounced, that place is getting pretty big and it's taking a lot of territory because the Russians are being cut off from their territory over by the Baltic Sea compared to the territory over in Asia. And the USSR also moved its capital to New Delhi. Ooh, and I think if we go to statistics, yeah, the USSR is now in 4th place in now it's in 5th place. The USSR is just going down in terms of gold because of the wars that it's going through. It's not very high anymore. Now it's this random place. Brazil has lost. Brazil is back in 1st place in terms of gold. But in terms of area, the USSR is still number 1. In terms of alliances, the Cairo Pact is the biggest one. If we look at the alliance map mode, this red area is the Cairo Pact. Ooh, this big old rebellion over in like Canada. Maybe Lush Corner might be put down and they won't control all of North America anymore. And the Ottomans control all of this general area of the world. They control all of the Mediterranean Sea. If they controlled all of the Mediterranean in the real world, I think they probably would have been like a world superpower. And Bangkok just got puppeted by Australia, which Australia's capital isn't in Australia anymore, it's in Papua New Guinea. The Russians are attacking in Alaska, and are they gonna be able to push? Ooh, they just puppeted Grandlia, I think. Ooh, they're back at war again. Back at war. Ooh, and they're getting some help from this Lush Corner place. And they just got wiped. That is insane. Now, I just realized another mistake I made. I just have Winner Takes All turned on, which will not make this very much more fun. So I'm going to turn Winner Takes All off. Like I said, I played this last night. But now that I have Winner Takes All off, it should be more interesting. I think... Is this Peru? What is this? No, this is Australia. Australia has what used to be Peru for some reason. Ooh. Brazil's capital is right on the border with Oakland. So I think they could be easily taken out anytime soon. La Paz and Oakland are at war. And I think Oakland is... Ooh, Oakland almost got taken out. They got puppeted instead. The Ottomans are dealing with a little bit of problems. They got Budapest to deal with and Germany. Ooh, Hanoi got its capital moved all the way to Taiwan in Taipei. And they just got puppeted by the Ottomans again for some reason. The Ottomans have been puppeting quite a few people, and their capital's not even in the historical Ottoman capital. Their capital is in Cairo. Ooh, this Green Palais place is about to take out Russia, I think. I think these guys might become the new Russia. I think the USSR at this point is just becoming like the Mongols. Hanoi is back, but this time they're in modern-day India. Australia controls a large portion of Oceania, and they have puppeted this place, and they just took them out. I think they might take all of Oceania and Southeast Asia. The Ottoman Empire controls pretty much all of North Africa and Europe. Ooh, the Ottomans are helping combat these rebels in the USSR, and looks like that didn't quite do it. Ooh, this rebellion in the Ottoman Empire in like modern day Germany. Ooh, it took quite a bit of land. Now it's regaining gold. If we go to statistics, the USSR is still number 1 in terms of land, but they're just a little bit ahead of Australia. And then in terms of gold, that goes to Lush Corner, which is that big place in North America. Lush Corner right here. These are the guys with the most gold. Breitberg just got puppeted by the Ottomans, and they could be easily taken out. This place is... Ooh, they were just at war with Australia, but they got puppeted. There's a big war going on in North America. Is Lush Corner? Oh no, they did not get taken out because a bunch of other rebellions just spawned in the moment they were about to be taken out. And Ottawa also rebelled too. Bright Pell, Detroit, and they're gone. Ooh. They pieced out just before they're about to be taken out. The Ottomans still gotta deal with Breitbart, and I think they might take them this time. Nope. The Soviets got to Prague, but then they got pushed back, and they lost all their gold. Oh. I think they technically took their capital, but they just puppeted them. Our top power in terms of gold is Australia. Australia has the most gold. In terms of area, it also goes to Australia. The Green Pelé was just about to be taken out, but Moscow rebelled. Varberg just spawned in modern-day Norway, and I think they might get taken out eventually. Whoa! What happened to Africa? South Africa just charged in and took all of Africa, and they also took the Iberian Peninsula. They took Madrid. The Ottomans moved their capital to Riyadh. This might be the end of the Ottoman Empire. Ooh, Rabat is gone. South Africa took that rebellion. They were in Spain for a little bit, but not for long. And Moscow is gone too. Ooh, but Green Pelé, I think, might take Russia this time. They're getting very close. Ooh, but now they gotta fight the Ottomans. USSR moved its capital again. All the way up here. This isn't the best place to move your capital, especially when you have no gold and the enemy's right there. The USSR has moved its capital once again to Colombo in Sri Lanka, and they just got puppeted. Soviets got puppeted by Hanoi. Hanoi has its capital in Taipei, Taiwan for some reason. Ooh, but they're at war, and they lost their capital, and they must have moved it. They moved their capital to Korea, to Pyongyang. Ooh, and they just pieced out. I think seeing the status of where the Ottomans are right now, I don't think the Ottomans are going to survive to the end of the game. I think that Green Pelé place, or South Africa, or Australia are probably going to win. But, you never know. So, yeah. I think the Ottomans are probably going to collapse, because they've been on the verge of collapse for God knows how long. I think it's time they collapse at this point. Green Pelé just had a rebellion. The USSR is back. They are back in the game. I don't think any of Jerusalem is pretty big now, but they just got puppeted by the Ottomans, I think. No, and as usual, Jerusalem has been taken out like as soon as it exists. BlackRock is here to supply you with your weapons. Foxton is battling South Africa, and they're gone. Brazil's back. Well, actually, I think they've been here. They've just kind of been hiding behind these mountains. But Brazil just got puppeted by Australia. I think the Ottomans are making a comeback, at least in Europe. Hanoi is at war with Australia and Minderstan, but not anymore. The Ottomans are fighting this Varberg place. Ooh, they almost collapsed. They're once again at war with Varberg. Ooh, and they just pieced out again. But a bunch of revolts just happened. I think this might be the end of the Ottoman Empire. Once again at war with Varberg. Varberg might take the W, and they did. Oh, I think this might actually be the end of the Ottoman Empire. I think they might actually go bye-bye. If we look at statistics, Australia is number 1 in terms of area. In terms of gold, they're also number 1. Ooh, Varberg got puppeted. USSR was back for a little bit, but now they're fighting Minerlai. And will they win? And they have won. Return of the USSR. Is this the end of the Ottomans? And the Ottomans have collapsed. No, they have not. They're over here still. Are the Ottomans gonna make a comeback? I have no idea. Ottomans have collapsed again. No more Ottomans. No, wait, they're back. Rise of the Ottomans again. The Ottomans just keep, disappearing and coming back. The Ottomans in this scenario are basically like Poland in their entire history. They just disappear and then they come back for like a little while. I thought the Ottomans, I said the Ottomans probably weren't going to survive, and the Ottomans just keep dying and coming back. So at this point, I have no idea. The Russians, clearly are not going to survive. So I think, don't have to worry about them. From looking at the map, I think Australia is probably going to be the ones that, survive. I just realized South Africa controls pretty much all of Africa except for basically Ethiopia. There's 2 Ethiopias. There's Addis Ababa and another Addis Ababa. Who's gonna be the real Addis? Who's gonna win? And it looks like it's gonna be the blue Addis Ababa. Are the Ottomans gonna collapse again? No, they're not. Baghdad's it's like Mesopotamian Empire. You got Kuwait City and all that. I have a strong feeling that Australia is going to win this. But, you know, you never... Oh my... They just allied to South Africa. South Africa is now a member of the Australian Commonwealth. The Ottomans died and now they're back again. And they just died again. Well, you look at that. The USSR is back for the quadrillionth time. And it looks like they have created an alliance. But they're at war. The USSR has been puppeted, but now they're at war with Australia. Are they going to collapse? Probably. USSR will probably collapse. And they did. The USSR is back for the 400th time, and they're at war with Australia again. And the USSR got puppeted by Australia again, and the USSR collapsed again. Riyadh is here, and they have just collapsed. Baghdad, I think they're probably gonna collapse, and they just collapsed. Our biggest war. The Ottomans have came back for the billionth time, and this time they're probably gonna die again. It's the return of the USSR for the 500th time, and they got puppeted, and now they've collapsed. South Africa and Australia are back at it again, but there was a revolt. The Ottomans are back again. At this point, I just think that the Ottoman Empire is just role-playing as Poland. Same thing with the USSR, which is kind of funny because the USSR and Poland. But if they don't stop disappearing and coming back, I'm gonna have to end this video. Like, it's already 31 minutes long, but when I post it, it's gonna be shorter. So once again, remember to, you know, subscribe or whatever. Also, I have a Patreon, so go give me your money, I guess. The Ottomans are back, and they're being Ottoman. And then there was a revolt. And now they're not at war, but they'll probably be at war soon. I think at this point it's just, you know, South Africa versus Australia. And I guess the Ottomans. The Ottomans are just kind of there. They don't do much. And the Ottomans have collapsed. No more Ottomans for the billionth time. Although I'll probably regret saying that because they'll probably come back. Constant war. Who is going to win? If we look at statistics, number 1 for gold is Australia. Although South Africa just had a bunch of revolts. So I think, yeah, Australia's probably going to win. Number 1 in terms of area is also Australia. So I personally think that Australia is going to win. London's back, and they're actually in London, unlike, you know, multiple countries. Prague's back, and they're actually in Prague. Ankara's here, and they're in Skopje. Oh look, it's the return of everybody's favorite nation, the USSR. And they just got puppeted by Australia again. And now they're gone again. And your winner is Australia. I quite frankly knew that Australia was probably going to win. I just didn't, you know, assume for it to happen that fast. Although it did take 35 minutes and then some. Yeah, Australia won. Thanks for watching part 2, and make sure you subscribe. Check out my Twitch, my TikTok, my Discord server, my subreddit, which has like nobody on it. And if you want, give me your money on Patreon. But besides that, peace.